Friends, are you falling behind? Bitcoin is hitting new highs, Ethereum is flying right behind it, and Solana, along with other giants, are exploding. And your portfolio is probably finally in the green. But I know what you're thinking. What about the smaller ones? When will mid-cap coins take off? Today, I'm going to answer these questions. We'll go over the most important things happening in the market right now, uncover some secret indicators, and of course, talk about the coins I find extremely promising. This will be your ticket to the real moneymaker season. Subscribe, like, and let's break down the future.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Friends, before we get into the market review and then the promising coins, please note that this video is not financial advice. This is just my own view and evaluation of the market. So always do your own research and invest wisely. Traditionally, when we talk about alt season, most investors imagine a certain sequence of capital movement. After a significant rise in Bitcoin, followed by Ethereum, we usually enter the so-called Phase 3 of the alt season. In this model, capital from Bitcoin and Ethereum profits begins flowing into altcoins. First, it goes to large caps, top 20 or top 50 coins, which make the first big moves. Once these blue chips hit their peaks, investors lock in profits again, and that capital then flows further into smaller altcoins. This cascade effect used to create the impression of a single synchronized wave of growth for all altcoins. However, in the current market cycle, I see the dynamics becoming much more complex and refined. The crypto market has matured significantly, institutional interest is more diversified, and there are now many strong projects targeting specific niches. Instead of a simple linear flow of capital from large to small assets, we are witnessing what's called capital rotation by narratives. Here's what that means. Sector dominance. First, one or several specific sectors or narratives, such as AI, RWA, GameFi, or DePIN, become hot. Concentrated capital inflow, profits from Bitcoin and Ethereum, or even from other played-out narratives, start flowing aggressively into assets within this specific trending narrative. This triggers rapid price growth for those coins. Narrative peak and profit taking. Once that narrative peaks, investors start taking profits. And those profits don't necessarily flow straight into smaller caps in general. Move to the next narrative. Instead, that freed-up capital actively seeks the next, still undervalued or emerging narrative. This creates a constant rotation cycle, where different market sectors have their moment in the spotlight, one after another. This rotation dynamic explains why not all altcoins rise at the same time, even in a bull phase. Some of your assets may not have moved yet because their narrative hasn't entered its active phase. Understanding this rotation model is key to strategic investing and maximizing gains in this new cycle. Right now, we can clearly observe a natural pattern in liquidity distribution on the crypto market. Top 20 altcoins dominance, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. In the early stages of growth, as the market heats up, these assets show the best performance. This is where the new liquidity flows first. Why? Large institutional players and a big part of retail prefer large cap coins. They're seen as safer and more liquid, easier to buy, sell in big volumes, and better suited for position building with less price impact, all while fitting internal risk policies. Lag in smaller caps, top 21 to 300 plus. Smaller cap altcoins lag far behind in growth. They need higher overall market confidence and enthusiasm. Often, they only attract major capital after a strong initial pump from large caps. Conclusion: the market heats up from the top down. This is a natural process, reflecting the flow of capital from safer and more liquid assets to more speculative ones, once risk appetite grows. So, for small-cap investors, patience is key. Interest in capital will eventually come to smaller caps, but it takes time and market sentiment stabilization. Recently, a popular but completely false theory has been spreading in the crypto community that Bitcoin is supposedly decoupling from altcoins. According to it, BTC's market cap is separating from alts. and they will never catch up or show significant growth again. I can confidently say this is fake news and a misinterpretation of market dynamics. In reality, this lag is absolutely normal and predictable. Historical cycles clearly show that alts naturally lag behind BTC in the early stages of a bull market. Bitcoin often makes the first big move, attracting attention and pulling capital into crypto. Only after that, when BTC consolidates at new levels, capital starts flowing into altcoins. And we're already seeing this, especially in Ethereum and Solana, and it's just the beginning. We've seen this pattern many times before. Altcoins always catch up to BTC, and sometimes even outperform it in percentage terms when their turn comes. This is just part of the natural ebb and flow of capital. So today's lag is not a sign of weakness or permanent separation, but simply a phase before their own, often explosive rally. By the way, if you don't want to miss videos like this, and if you want to see more content on small cap coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's not hard for you, and I promise to keep delivering regular and exciting videos in return. Now let's talk about the promising coins that are still waiting for their time, but are already showing their strength, technology, and real potential. And here's a very important note you simply can't miss. If you've done detailed research and liked at least one of these assets, always keep in mind that the market is currently at fairly high levels. Be ready for anything and add coins to your portfolio only following the dollar-cost averaging format. Don't lose your head, invest wisely. Now, let's finally move on to the review of the special coins. The first candidate, which I believe will receive one of the earliest and most powerful capital inflows when the real shift from more stable assets to more volatile ones begins, is SAY. But before that, make sure you subscribe to my Telegram channel, because I started talking about SAY even before it kicked off its new growth wave. And this isn't the only asset we covered in time. The same happened with several other alts that have already delivered great multiples. The link is in the description of this video. Check it out so you don't miss the next opportunities. Now, back to SAY. This is not just another Layer 1, but a high-performance blockchain literally built for high-speed trading and complex applications. It's positioned as the fastest EVM-compatible L1 on the market. And this is not marketing hype, but a fact backed by technology. SAY's focuses on supporting DeFi, gaming, and AI solutions, offering Ethereum developers the ability to migrate their apps to a faster and more secure infrastructure without losing compatibility. The inflow of institutional capital and the network metrics speak for themselves. 1/3 of SAY's total token supply is already staked, which not only increases security, but also creates scarcity on the market. The network's TVL has surpassed $634 million with a $2 billion market cap, putting SAY in 12th place among all DeFi projects. And it's considered one of the fastest blockchains out there. The secret to SAY's speed is its unique Twin Turbo Consensus, a modified version of Tendermint that ensures incredible transaction finality times. And the upcoming Giga upgrade will push the limits even further. The goal is 5 gigagas per second, or about 250,000 transactions per second, unlocking the door for Web 2-grade applications in a decentralized environment. Another key factor is stablecoin integration. SAY has natively integrated USDC through Circle, ensuring stable liquidity for DeFi, and also partnered with Ondo to bring USDY, a product that provides access to US Treasuries yields. This isn't just an expansion of tools for developers, but a direct bridge between traditional finance and blockchain. All of this makes SAY one of the strongest players on the market, already proving its resilience and competitiveness. And if we're seeing such numbers without a massive capital inflow into alts, imagine what will happen when the real alt season starts. SAY has every chance to end up at the very top of this capital rotation. What do you think? Are you holding this asset or planning to buy it? Let me know in the comments, and let's move on. So, let's get back to the hype coin, a coin and a project that have gained unreal momentum over the past year. Not just a decentralized exchange, it's an innovative platform rapidly climbing to the top in the highly competitive decentralized futures segment. It's designed to deliver high performance, low latency, and efficient derivatives trading, making it a critical piece of infrastructure in the growing DeFi world. Against the backdrop of an overall bull market and liquidity flowing out of Bitcoin and Ethereum, Hyperliquid is becoming a major magnet for capital, institutional capital inflow. We're clearly seeing signs that institutional money is actively pouring into the Hyperliquid project. Large funds, family offices, and major players from traditional finance are increasingly looking at decentralized platforms to diversify their portfolios and access new markets. A striking example is Lion Group Holding, which created a cryptocurrency treasury reserve worth $600 million with Hyperliquid token as its main asset, and that's just in the past few days. Before that, Sonnet Biotherapeutics, a NASDAQ-listed company, formed a business combination with Rorschach to launch the Hyperliquid HYPE digital asset treasury. After closing the deal, Hyperliquid Strategies Inc. plans to hold 12.6 million HYPE tokens and $305 million in cash, with the cash portion intended for buying more HYPE tokens in the future. Inovia, another NASDAQ-listed ophthalmology tech firm, raised $50 million in a private equity deal specifically to purchase over 1 million Hyperliquid tokens. Hyperliquid's impact on the decentralized futures market keeps growing relentlessly. The platform is steadily increasing its share, pulling trading volumes away from competitors. Hyperliquid has become the undisputed leader in decentralized perpetual trading, holding an impressive 80% market share among DeFi perp protocols. This dominance has more than doubled from around 30% in November 2024 to 80% in just 6 months. Hyperliquid operates on its own Layer 1 blockchain, HyperEVM, built to match the speed and efficiency of centralized exchanges. It achieves block finality in under 1 second, average latency 0.2 seconds, and supports over 200,000 transactions per second. This alone makes it one of the best and strongest on the market. Meanwhile, Hyperliquid's cumulative trading volume is approaching $1 trillion by early 2025, showing robust trading activity and deep liquidity. The total value locked on the Hyperliquid platform is also showing steady and significant growth. This is a direct indicator of increasing liquidity and capital locked in the protocol, highlighting growing investor and user confidence. On top of that, the project team consistently demonstrates its commitment to ecosystem development and token value support. They regularly direct 50% of all platform-generated fees to buybacks of HYPE tokens. That's why I truly believe this asset can become a real leader. In fact, maybe it already has. All that's left is to see the first major inflows into the market, when crazy amounts of money start pouring into all altcoins, and Hyper will definitely be one of the top leaders in that rotation. Next, let's talk about Sui. I've been covering this asset since $1, but that's not the point right now. Sui is an innovative Layer 1 blockchain developed by a team with significant experience from Meta, Diem, and Novi projects. The platform is built on the Move programming language, enabling exceptional throughput, low latency, and parallel transaction execution. Its object-oriented data model ensures high efficiency in managing digital assets, which is crucial for modern decentralized applications. The Sui ecosystem is growing rapidly, attracting developers and users in DeFi, gaming, NFTs, and Web3 apps. Sui is actively expanding into sectors like Web3 gaming, particularly in Vietnam, where it leverages its high throughput to support play-to-earn games. Projects on Sui are developing quickly, driving significant increases in total value locked on the platform. The Sui network is attracting a growing cohort of developers who are rapidly deploying apps and protocols, showing its focus on scalable solutions and user-friendly tools. Sui also offers innovations like ZK Login, allowing users to log into Web3 apps using familiar Web2 credentials, such as Google or Apple ID, while maintaining decentralization and privacy, a key factor for mass adoption. The network has reached 171.6 million total active accounts and processed 10.8 billion transactions. Sui is built for high throughput, low fees, and user-focused innovation. It uses the Move language for fast smart contracts, ensuring high security and composability. Sui can process up to 297,000 transactions per second, TPS, in test trials, with an average finality time of about 400 milliseconds. In testnets, Sui has demonstrated the ability to handle 120,000 transactions per second, far surpassing many Layer 1 protocols. And that's just a small part of all the blockchain's achievements. Now, for the most exciting part. Canary Funds filed a proposal for a spot ETF called the Canary Sui on March 17, 2025, and Cboe BZX Exchange published the proposed rule change on April 25, 2025. The SEC initiated proceedings to determine approval or disapproval on July 22, 2025, with 240 calendar days, approximately until December 25th, to make a decision. This delay is a procedural extension, not a rejection. The proposed Sui ETF could stake part of its assets to earn rewards, adding value for investors, unlike Bitcoin ETFs. This yield-generating feature is a key differentiator for attracting institutional capital seeking alternative income sources. 21 Shares is close to listing its Sui ETF on Nasdaq, a significant step toward institutional investment. LGHL already holds 1,015,680 Sui tokens as of July 23, 2025, as part of its treasury assets. Sui is positioned as one of the key candidates to absorb these major financial flows. Its technological advantages, such as high throughput, up to 297,000 transactions per second in testing, and low fees, make it attractive to institutions. The growth of Sui's TVL speaks to rising investor trust. That's all for now. Remember, these are just my personal thoughts on the market, not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more coin reviews. See you next time.